All right, just an announcement for our 0 viewers watching. Um, uh, currently live viewers, that is. I'll be optimistic. Um, um, Lonnie is currently having issues attempting to join, so we're just going to continue. We're trying to help her out, and trying to figure out what's going on. We made a new hangout and everything, but we'll see what happens. Um, Either way, what did you want to do? You heard that uh, the there's like a hollow sound at the bottom of the wardrobe. What did you want to do?
Make sure it's just not a hidden compartment. It's literally just like make sure it is a hidden compartment, but also not like just the a thin plank that's the bottom of the closet, so that as I open up, I just see the floor again.
Okay. Um, you look at the outside of the wardrobe. There appears to be more that continues down, but it it doesn't. You don't see a visible opening mechanism.
Okay. Let's see. What do I have that could potentially use? I guess there could be something like a knife in my Tinker's tool set, right?
Yeah, easily.
Is there any like seam I can find for the hidden compartment?
Well, there's places where the boards meet each other, so yeah, you can stick a thieves tool in there if you wish.
Yeah, but so where the boards meet each other, just stick the knife in it and try,
I'll
to
say make a thieves tools check to see what happens.
jimmy it out, so to say. 12.
You do a bit more damage than you were hoping to the wardrobe, but whether or not you care about that at the moment is up to you.
Nah.
Um, it sort of breaks rather than cleanly opening, but you manage to get it open. Um, and you see what looks like a stash of expensive jewelry and few like golden trinkets like rings and things of that nature. It's a pile of stuff.
So nothing of value for our current situation.
Not the current situation, but maybe later.
I guess I will take it.
Alright. Put in your inventory sack of trinkets.
Of Rincuts. Here we go.
Alright. Because I'll say that you managed to pull some sort of cloth around the pile of stuff and you tie it up and just sort of throw it in with the rest of your belongings.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that now. You can look at that later. Um, uh, make a perception check.
We spotted this time. No, 9.
You don't hear or see anything strange. Um, Even though you made a little bit of noise breaking that piece of wood that you were delicately trying to open. Because you were sort of just forcing it a little bit, and then you sort of just went. It appears to be stuck, and then you just pushed down a little bit too hard and just broke the board. Um, However, you don't hear anything strange. You look around, you don't see anything strange. Um, so, what do you want to do now?
Well, carry the quarter full uh, barrel downstairs and then, try and get the full barrel downstairs, which will be harder, I assume. Did you catch that?
Oh, sorry, I was reading Lonnie's message. What did you want
Oh
to
yeah,
do?
carry the quarter full barrel downstairs and then the full barrel.
Okay. So you start carrying that down.
Yeah, anyone that sees me just putting them down there.
Make a d20 roll.
Oh boy. 15.
Yeah, you see one of the people who you got to volunteer, and he sort of just goes, "What's this?"
Just some wine, that's it.
And he just sort of grabs onto it, his arms unnaturally stretching around the barrel as he just sort of lifts it up and then starts walking out of the building with it.
Well, it's at least something, and well, wouldn't it be handier to just leave it here since we're just going to vacate temporary here, but still.
He
Yeah, there.
goes, "It might keep him calm while we search," and he kicks the door open.
Okay, that's fair.
And you start going back up for the next barrel,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear outside "Roar!" of a few people cheering outside.
Should have mentioned that that one is quarter full. He will notice it soon enough.
So Tabaki, I'll say that you're about 3/4 through your rest, and you hear a bunch of people cheering as you're doing whatever it is you're doing. So, what specifically are you doing during your rest?
Specifically, I just found somewhere I could sit down, and I was thinking about how we should proceed, what to do next.
Okay, so you're just sort of sitting there, meditating on the information you've gathered so far.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, we switch back. You bring the other barrel down, and the guy sort of stretches his neck unnaturally through the door, and he goes, "Ah!" as he looks at you.
Okay, what's wrong?
The barrel isn't full. They're unsatisfied. Hurry
This
up!
one is.
And then he goes. You just hear him walking, but his head is in the same place, and then his head just gets back onto his shoulders naturally, and then he runs into the building, and he just wraps his arms around that barrel, and he runs back outside. Sort of an anime-like situation.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ragnar just looks at it like, okay, that's dealt with.
All right. Anything else?
You said it was a multi-story building, so that was ground floor, first floor, so now second floor, I guess.
Yeah, there was the ground floor, and then you went up to the next floor up. You didn't see a way up to the next floor.
Okay. Try and find a way, I guess.
All right. How do you wish to do that?
Well, look at the roof of the first floor, trying to see if somewhere is like a trapdoor in the ceiling.
Okay, so which room are you searching?
The empty one, because that seems a bit odd.
All right. You go into the empty room, make a investigation check.
Investigation. 16.
Okay. Sorry, just clicking some stuff. Okay, 16. So you look around the room at the sides to see if there's like a hidden door or anything. You sort of knock on the wall. It worked before. You're not having any luck. The wall next to the room where you know that there's a room. It sounds hollow, but you suspected that. You look up, and you notice that there is a thin crack in the form of a rectangle on the roof of this room.
Okay. I have something wrong. That's just my rifle, so I just try and push with my rifle if it goes up, or doesn't at all.
As soon as you push on it, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. 27.
Luckily, you were prepared for what was about to happen, and you push it up. It something disengages. You hear a little clicking sound, and the ceiling begins to fall on you. You move out of the way fast enough so it doesn't hit you, but a ladder comes down.
I should have
The
seen that
ceiling
one coming.
falls out of the way, so the ceiling is like hanging
Yeah.
limply, and there's a ladder in front of you.
So I just move over to the railing, say, "I'm okay up here, just the ladder," and then I go back up to the second floor.
Okay.
So yeah, up the ladder we go.
So you're going up after you
Yep.
tell them?
Yeah.
All right. You start climbing the ladder. Ting, 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 Resident Evil style. It's black up in the next area, and you sort of raise your torch up. You don't see anything yet, but you see in relatively sparsely filled room. You see the first thing that you notice is cobwebs hit your face as soon as you attempt to go up.
Blech.
And you look around the room. There's some old stuff up here. At least
no,
it
this is
smells old.
This is just the attic.
Yeah, there's boxes, and an old piece of furniture, a desk. There's a few other smaller objects that you can't really see clearly, but other than that, nothing.
Yeah, not worth the time. So go back down.
All right, make a perception check.
Oh, boy. Fine, 23.
All right, this time you hear. You hear that. That's it.
Coming from where?
In the room that you're just about to climb out of.
Okay,
Climb down out of.
Okay, I just turn around trying to see if it might be someone that can still be saved or something.
Alright. You look in the room, you don't see anybody still. But you heard the noise.
Yeah, I'm going to investigate for that person or noise.
Okay. You start heading in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're just doing some technical things in the background. What are we doing?
Oh, I'm going into the direction of that sound.
No. You. I know what you're doing in the game. I mean, what are we doing outside of the game? Technical stuff.
If she can make a hangout, we can just join that one. She can't join us.
Oh.
Well, then that means we won't be able to record it, but... But if she can try that and see if it works, then at least that'd be something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all you have to do is make a brief recap of what happened.
Yeah. She won't show up here, but we'd be able to hear her.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing you want to do.
Okay. Just seeing what's happening. Oh, she's made a video for us. Oh. Yeah, she can't make one. It seems like Google Hangouts is just being dumb. I'm not letting her do anything.
Okay, she's using her phone. Let me think about this. Has she tried rebooting her device? Could be a problem, or well.
Yeah. Just keep going what you're doing. It's fine.
Okay.
I just wanted to help if possible, but anyway. What we are currently doing is what were you doing?
I went back into the attic after hearing the coughing noise. Meh.
Okay. So you went into the attic. Are you like going to explore the attic or?
Yeah, I'm going to explore the attic to find the source of the sound.
Okay. Are you attempting to do so stealthily or?
Yeah, I'm trying to be quiet. Because I
Okay.
don't want to scare the person or whoever or whatever it might be.
Make a stealth check.
20.
All right.
Ooh.
Unfortunately.
I have been
Okay,
spotted.
I need you to make a perception check.
Perception. 19.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something here. Okay. You witness. Suddenly you see something purple flash before your eyes out the window on the far side of this room. And then it vanishes.
Well, I'm going to check out what it was, perhaps. Well, we might have less time to stay here than we thought we had.
Okay. You go towards the window. And... sorry, clicking some stuff. You go towards the window. And... make a dexterity check. Just regular dexterity.
21.
Alright, you look out the window, and you can see the front of the building now. And you see something purple dart in the front door.
Oh, I think I know who it is.
You turn around, and you see two people bleeding on the floor.
For fuck's sake. Still conscious or already gone?
They have their eyes are open, but they don't appear to be visibly breathing.
Well, check the pulse, I would say.
Alright, make a medicine check.
7.
Unfortunately, they are not breathing, and you, with that check, do not know how to help them, if it's even possible to help them.
Yeah, they're long gone, so go downstairs and have a talk with Mr. Purple.
Okay. You start walking towards the where the ladder is. I need you to make another dexterity check.
18.
Okay. Just give me a second. Okay. As soon as you're about to go through the trapdoor, the door with the ladder on it, the door goes back up and closes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Just kick it back down, if possible at all.
Make an athletics check.
Athletics, where did you leave you? 14.
You move it, however, it appears that something has been wedged between where the trap door is and the floor at the bottom of the room. so it's preventing the door from opening.
Okay, blow it open with the blast pack.
Okay. Just
No, not
see
a
if
blast
there's
pack.
any. Okay, go ahead.
I'm first going to see if it's, well, anything I can do from in here to actually get outside and then, well, downstairs.
Well, there's a window.
Is there any rope up here or something?
Make an investigation check.
That's 14.
You find something that could be used as rope. It looks like a long bolt of cloth.
Well, going to secure that to something, then throw out the window and go downstairs. I hear a phone going.
Yeah, that's me. Don't worry about it.
Okay, just checking.
So you secure it. You start climbing down. And you hear the crowd on the other side cheering. You hear you look over in that direction and you see them. Apparently, somehow they found cups somewhere, and they are currently partaking of the barrel straight from the barrel. They're like dipping the cups in to the barrel.
So yeah, before I actually left the attic, the wounds, are they like knife wounds? Like stab wounds? I would, well...
You would have to make another medicine check to determine that.
Oh,
if you
yeah, then I would do that to see if I would see if they're like knife wounds or stab wounds.
Fair enough.
Let's see. 11.
Okay. Made an 11. I'll say that when you make that check, when you went over to them to see if you could determine it, yes, they are indeed knife wounds. However, you notice that they are still alive. And if you were to bind these wounds, you might be able to save their lives.
Oh yeah,
They'll be unconscious for a while, but you might be able to save them.
yeah, in that case, hello, go to at least bind the wounds and, well...
Okay. And
At
I'll
least,
say that
well, before actually buying them, are they like, well, normal, not infected or anything?
I'll say
Let's
that
say.
with this medicine check, you are able to stabilize them.
Okay, that's
So
good to know.
they are stable. Whether or not they're infected with that medicine check, you have no idea. But you
Okay,
know
well.
that you could at least keep them alive longer with
Okay, that's
this.
good to know.
So they are still alive. So then you start climbing down. You looked around and you saw them celebrating in the middle of the street. So I assume you're just going to climb until you get to the bottom.
Yeah, or if there's a window on the first floor, well, go in. Well, I don't think the window is actually open, so yeah, the bottom, and then, well, try and find our jokery man.
Okay. You climb down to the door. You go to the door, and the door is locked.
The same door I got in at first.
Yes. It is locked.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Yeah, he used his turns efficiently.
15.
Okay. You managed to pop the door open.
Just go inside, pistol at the ready. He just made me mad.
Alright. You begin walking into the room. And you look into one of the rooms where you know one of the guys was. He was thoroughly investigating the room to see if there was anything useful. And you see him currently laying on the floor.
Oh, go over to him and try and save him if it's possible.
Alright.
Any wounds that he has.
Alright. Make a medicine check.
That's
You are
not
able to
11.
stabilize him. and he has knife wounds. So he is stable.
So put my pistol away and actually get my Sanov out, because now he's just digging around for no reason.
Okay. You start searching the downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Make an
And
investigation check.
before I do that, I do announce that, well, Mr. Purple and Green Hair is being a dick.
So who do you announce this to?
The whole party, the whole group.
So you're announcing to the rest of the.
Yeah.
Okay. You're announcing to the rest of the huge group outside. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So sure, you shout out to them. They look. A few of them look wary at you, but nobody comes to your aid because you just said that he's being a dick. You didn't say anything specific.
Yeah, then I also mentioned knife wounds. The only one I've seen with a knife is him.
Okay, so the guy that was in there helping you before with the stretchy arms starts stretching his body unnaturally to get there quicker. He's coming back to help you. So he comes into the building while you, and then I'll retcon what happened. He watched you as you made your medicine check on that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's standing next to you. What do you want to do?
Believe me now that he's being a jerk for no reason.
Yeah, Matt, did you read the latest Facebook thing?
Yes. What would be important is if you could set something up so that way she could hear what we're saying and we could hear her, but I'm not familiar enough with other programs really to.
Yeah, I could set something up in like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, that's handy.
So as
So
long as we
yeah.
could hear her and
Edit link.
I would prefer to be able to keep recording it, but
Yeah, I think they could like upload it to Twitch and stuff, but not, you would have to set something up. It's not automatically.
well, what I might do is just keep this open if it's possible, and then
Yeah.
if we could just reiterate everything she says, it might be a little annoying, but it would be good to just do for this second.
That would work for voice at least.
Okay.
Other possibility would be to make like a video call, a group video. I haven't.
Well, as long as we can hear her and she can hear us.
Yeah.
It's opening on my end.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what it said it was doing. I don't see it doing anything.
You just have to click general. You'll see my icon there.
Well, I clicked the link, but
Yeah.
it's
You'll
not.
either open the app if you have it, or the browser if you're
Okay,
using the
there it
browser.
is. It just took a second for it to open. Oh, it needed to download an update, so it might be a second for me. But is she in there?
She's joining now.
Okay. Okay, well, either way, great TV. Um, so, you
Yeah, Geo, you as well then.
As well, for what?
Read Facebook.
It's not loading up. I don't know what this, but it's being slow today.
well,
The Discord, okay. Can easily enough join it.
yeah, mine is downloading an update forever, so I don't know.
So I'm in the
how long that-
channel. Just press the click me.
Yeah.
As long as you guys can hear and tell me what's happening, then it'll be fine for now.
Well,
Okay,
currently
but-
there's just me and Geo here. And I'll mute you in the Hangouts now, Geo.
Okay.
So I don't
Oh,
hear you
this-
double.
Yeah, I just wanted to say double hearing, hooray!
Yeah, it's taken forever for my update to finish.
Yeah, it takes a little, but once.
Okay, there we go. It vanished. So, anyway, what I was gonna say was, did you do your investigation check yet?
No, I didn't actually.
That's weird. It said that I was downloading one update, and now it's saying that it's installing like 10 updates. So, fun? Now it's checking for updates again. Cool! Oh, now it's downloading more. Fun!
Yeah, I hear you. It's over Discord.
So perhaps downloading multiple
You can hear her?
packages. I don't know. No,
Can you
she
hear her?
isn't in here yet.
No.
Oh.
It's just me and Ben at the moment.
Yeah. Anyway, as to make this video at least somewhat reasonable to watch for anybody.
Yeah, I rolled my investigation. That's a 15.
Okay, so you start walking around. However, I need to roll something.
Yeah, and I'm on edge.
Okay, you start looking around the bottom floor. You look around, and suddenly you look to your side. You notice that the guy who was in there with you is no longer standing next to you, and you hear. And you look around, you don't see anybody.
Just pull out my second sawn off and just hold them out. Like, just hold
Okay.
them out and just look around and tell him, like, whatever you're planning, it will end in either of us bleeding.
You hear. And you suddenly hear behind you.
Turn around to see who or what it is.
The guy who you walked in here with is currently laying on the floor, suffering from heavy knife wounds.
Just, well, check him out and try and help him out.
Alright, medicine check.
Don't you dare. 4.
He's suffering from. He's got like 20 stab wounds. It is insane. You don't know how to help him currently.
Pick him up, carry him outside, and ask for help for anyone that can help with medicine.
Okay. As you attempt to go outside, the door is shut.
shoot the lockout, because I'm done with this Joker.
Okay, and that's who he is. Yes. Um. Yeah. Apparently, it's downloading like 15 more updates, and I finally just finished.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's doing the same. So
Apparently, you said that there should be a button that says "Click me."
yeah.
Yeah,
In the
I
voice
don't see
channel.
that.
in the voice channel.
In Devouring Dark, the server.
I see DD.
Yeah, click on
Yeah,
that,
click
click on
DD.
that.
And then you're in the server.
And then you see a word, click me, with exclamation marks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We
So
are
now
all
we would be able to hear her as soon as she joins. Whenever that
Yeah.
might be.
There might be
Okay.
just one there might be just one tiny drawback. That is that the Hangout won't have any audio anymore. Because the moment we turn on our audio in Discord, well, we would hear ourselves double, not for in, but the Hangout will just hear one voice, and we would hear ourselves double. But if we mute ourselves in the Hangout, then no one hears us in the Hangout, so the video would also be muted.
No, you can
And
just ignore the others. You don't have to make it so hard.
oh yeah, that's possible.
Okay. Well, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's
Yeah.
working well enough for now. um. So. Um. Uh. You shoot the lock off. Okay. So make an attack roll.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, and it deals 12 damage to a doorknob, which doorknobs are hard, but they're not 12 HP hard.
No.
So you blow the door handle off. What do you wish to do?
I just walk outside with, well, my wounded friend and tell everyone that I need help. He's bleeding out.
Okay, you attempt to go outside. However, the handle is off, but the door does not open.
Do I see any of this or hear any of this gunfire now?
Okay, you heard the gunshot. That was the only part that you would have heard. And I'll say at that point, you have finished your short rest.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just see what's happening slowly.
Okay, so you're 3 turns away, I'll say.
Sure.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to lay him down, try and stabilize him again, because this is just bad.
Okay. Go ahead.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 17!
Yes, that is more than sufficient. Most of the wounds on him, like initially you just saw like a whole bunch of blood on him and a bunch of wounds in his body, and you just freaked out. However, most of it is superficial. It's just light cuts on his body. The main wound is like the others, a large slash on his neck, and you just managed to bandage up his neck.
Just hold out both guns and start walking around ready to deal pain.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
20.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay. So, with a 20, he gets to roll. You currently see him. He's in. I'm gonna say that you're in the entryway. And he is currently in a living room-like area.
Mhm.
Okay, she's messaging. So he's currently in a living room-like area. However, he has like something on his hands that you can't currently identify that is allowing him to stick to the ceiling.
Just point both.
He doesn't notice that you see him yet.
Just shoot him straight in the hand. No mercy, because he just messed with the wrong people. Well, he's
Okay.
just messing around with the wrong time because we need to stay together and not start killing each other.
As
Okay.
you shoot him.
I should have been the hand, so the device just goes flying out of his hand.
Well,
Okay.
you do literally shoot him, but okay.
Yeah.
I just
All
like
right.
the way
So
you
you
said
have
it.
to roll to hit.
28
28 hits him.
for 7
Don't
damage.
you have an ability for hand shot?
Oh yeah, that's an
Throw
8
that up
shot.
there, because if it would be
Oh,
the
that's
applicable thing.
so that's a DC 17.
17, you said?
DC 17 Constitution save.
Okay. He needs to make a Constitution save. Okay. Well, his Constitution is quite high due to the fact that he's exposed himself numerous times to laughing gas and things of that nature.
Yep. But this
However,
time he doesn't make it.
He rolls super crappily, however. And you hear him go as he lands on the floor. And apparently whatever was in his hand allowing him to stick to the ceiling is still currently stuck to the ceiling. He just let go of whatever it was.
An immovable rod.
You don't know what it is.
That's what I know out of character.
Okay. Well, he was on the ceiling, however, it is still currently up there. Your character hasn't looked at it long enough to identify it.
Now just hold up 2 weapons aimed at him so that if he tries anything I can just shoot him up.
Okay. It says that she's here, however, she is not speaking.
She isn't
she
in
did
the
voice channel.
Yeah.
We'll get that fixed up so we can hear what she's saying. I'll just have to relay what she's saying into the Hangout.
Hopefully she does.
And get her to watch the video live so she can hear what we're saying. That way we don't echo in the thing. It's probably, unfortunately, the best way to solve this at the moment. Okay. Says that she's there, but we don't hear anything. I hear sound coming from her. Alright, just get her to join the...
Yeah.
So, Matthew, unmute yourself.
I didn't know I was muted in here.
Yeah, you were. Ugh, God, for you.
He's muting me. Okay, that's what's happening. Okay, so we'll continue for the moment.
Yeah,
Um,
for the moment I have to switch machines as well.
okay, so before you do that, I just want to say that he is currently at your disposal. Do you want to try to do something to him, or just talk to him first, or?
I just have the weapons pointed at him and tell him, "You fucked up big time, this guy, buddy."
He goes. He doesn't respond to that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you a
Just keep
chance.
the weapons trained. Just keep the weapons
Okay.
trained on him. If he tries to pull anything, just give him something to think about before he moves
Okay.
again.
Yeah, okay. Lonnie's good now too, so she can hear us.
Okay, great. If she can hear us, then I'm just gonna do a small recap.
While I switch machines, okay?
Okay.
Just remember when we do it this way, there will be a delay for her.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bit of a delay, but it's gonna be the best solution that we have at the moment. So, because I don't
I'll
want to learn an entirely new
program
program or anything like that.
at the moment. So yeah, I'll be
Well,
switching machines right now. So see you soon.
Go ahead.
Well, we could always just ignore each other and we'll still talk in a live stream, but we won't hear each other. And we can just unmute in Discord.
Will it still record what we're saying?
Like we will speak, but because I'm ignoring you, so I won't hear you. But it should still record the conversation.
I guess we could try that. But for now, let's just try and see if it gets too distracting.
Okay, sure.
So the recap is basically all that's happened so far after you guys had the fight was you went Lily. I just said that you went to go check on the other group, the larger group, to see if anybody was hurt. There was a few people who had injuries that weren't fully healed because they were just in the arena fights and they hadn't had time to rest. And you sort of. Oh.
Yeah, you're playing Lily. That's the main campaign.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on the main campaign. So, yeah, Lily is not using any spells, just doing medicine checks on a bunch of people who are slightly injured. Yeah, and that's what your character is currently doing. However, while that was happening, Geo's character Fraglak suddenly came out and said that somebody was causing trouble, though you weren't 100% sure because you weren't really 100% listening. And a couple of people went to a building that is. Yeah, Fraglak. So, yeah, you heard that there was something happening over there, but you're not 100% sure what's going on. So, do you want to do anything? As Lily, that is. Okay.
I mean, at the moment, I should think of something to do, huh? Careful. I don't know what to do.
Well, you'll probably notice me sitting around there.
Yeah, he was taking a short rest. Yeah, there's a bit of delay. So
Oy vey. Okay, I'm down a couple hit points. My spells am I down?
Probably like all of them.
I am down all of my spells.
Yeah, I figured.
So just for anyone watching the video, she's just discussing how many spells she has, which is none.
God, this delay is killing me.
Yeah, it would be better if we just ignored and talked in Discord. Then she'll actually hear us in time.
Yeah, what I could do is just mute the window. Is that what you mean?
Oh yeah, that could work as well. Yeah, sure. We could just go in sound settings and or mute the main window.
Okay. Yeah, that might be a little
Then we
easier.
might, yeah, because I can't hear you now, so yeah, that was a good idea. So yeah, I'll unmute in Discord, so that should be better,
just,
right, Lonnie?
Just gonna go into my sound mixer.
Omnipotent God.
Well, I am, so it's great.
Okay, great. That's actually the perfect
Yeah,
solution.
Matt, you're
when-
muted in Discord, so you have to unmute. Then we'll hear you.
That delay though. Like,
Yeah, I guess I would just started talking and then jumped and then
Okay.
kept going.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the better solution than what I was trying to do. So, yeah. Yeah, you have no spells. So, what are you doing?
I had one first and 1 second, and I'm a full caster, so I was pretty low too.
is there any chance it's still on Earth then?
Well, it hasn't been too long, so it's like early in the
Yeah,
day.
you've been awake for like 3 hours.
So it wouldn't really make sense to sleep yet, but we'll get there eventually. You can take a short rest though if you want. You have like, is it still lagging? No, it shouldn't.
The difference between Discord and
Yeah, just mute the Google Hangouts. You don't have to listen to it anymore.
Yeah, you can just get out of a live stream now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't have to watch YouTube anymore.
Alright.
That should be better, right? Because you hear us in Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I wanted you to get into the other thing so you could hear us, but and without us double talking, but we found a different solution. We found a workaround.
It works. So with everything that's going on, I also have to apologize. In about 20 minutes, I'm gonna have to leave. I bombed a test, and so I have to do a lot of extra credit.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, the only things that you know are what I already told you.
Okay. And if it's at all possible, Sunday, like, I would love to do a pickup.
I can't Sunday. It will have to be tomorrow if it's gonna happen.
Tomorrow, I will be working on my paper.
Could you work on your paper Sunday instead?
I cannot, because I have to submit it.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, I guess that's no good. Perhaps another time.
Alright, so I'm down all myself up. I am down 20 hit points. I still have one lay on hand. Really? Why did I pick that idea?
Well, when you left, I healed yourself back up because I revived you from being dead. You just gave yourself everything but one. Because the one you can just use to stabilize anyone. That's kind of the thought behind it.
Okay, so who can I? Oh, I have some dice. All right, can I take a short rest with Ben?
Sure, I'll say that you could have taken a short rest during the time that Ben was taking his short rest.
Okay. So what you probably didn't notice last time is now I have, as you approach me, it's what seemingly be 3 dead slugs just rise up and they move towards you.
What do you want, crazy?
And I tell them, so how do you like my new puppets?
How do I like your new play?
Puppets.
They're weird. Why you gotta like weird stuff?
Well, they seemed useful.
They're not useful. They're weird.
Weird can be useful, I suppose. Now why have you come to disturb me? I don't believe I've said so. So he will just look strangely at you, trying to make out what you want. I do not think so, no. And who were you again? Oh. I am Tabaki. Well, strange. I'll just think to myself, maybe it means something else there.
Okay, so for those who cannot hear the other half of that conversation, basically Lily was professing her love for Tabaki.
They're best friends.
Yeah, best friends. And she loves him so much. And Tabaki is very confused. So, after you guys finish your short rest, what I determined was that Tabaki heard a gunshot.
We should go see what that is about.
Alright. So, you guys continue to head towards, or start, technically, to head towards there. You see, here's what I'm going to say that is visible for now. Since Giovanni technically hasn't finished what he was doing before reaching the place where he's supposed to be. You guys see the large group of pop culture characters just sort of standing there. And you see the door to the building that they are all currently interested in looking at is barred by a large chunk of broken furniture. It seems like it's preventing the door from opening.
What be going on here?
One of the people from the large group says, "I don't know. We just saw the door was barred."
Why is the door barred? Should be a door.
The guy shrugs. Why the barred?
I will tell my puppets to clear the way.
Oh, puppet! Are you doing a puppet show for me?
Oh, well, indeed.
Yay! Do a puppet show! Yay! 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 Yay!
And you just see I motion back to the other people, and I kind of put my hands towards them, and I drag them over to where the door is, without touching them. And they will start moving to the door, trying to clear the area there.
Okay. Wonderful. They start moving the stuff out of the way. But since Giovanni is now here, we can determine what exactly is happening. Yes. We can determine what exactly is happening within the building. So, unless if you want to hear us twice, Gio, I assume you have the Hangouts muted.
Actually, he did something smarter. I have the Hangout everyone audible and only Lonnie audible in the Discord.
Whatever fits you. Sure.
Yeah, whatever. As long as you're
It
not
works.
hearing Hangouts. Either way, so you are currently in the building with the Joker, and he is just sort of prone on the floor. However, he is looking at you and he goes, and does nothing else with his turn.
If I'm keeping my distance away, if he dares to get too close, if he dares gets up or move too close, I will shoot him.
Okay, sure. So you are keeping your distance. As you start backing away, do you do anything else with your turn?
Well, what was that? You broke up for me a little while there.
Oh, do you do anything else with your turn?
I don't know what it is, but you seem to be breaking up for me. Okay, could you repeat it one more time?
Okay. Do you do anything else with your turn?
Well, ready action. Well, what I just said, ready action. If he gets too close or tries to be aggressive, shoot him.
Okay, fair enough. Make a perception check.
Perception. That's 8.
All right. You do not notice as he is cackling. You're sort of just focused in on him cackling. And you notice after it's too late to fire, he has pulled something from his jacket and thrown it at you, so he's going to make a roll to hit you. $12.
No, that doesn't hit.
Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't have to directly hit you, so I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
14.
All right. As this happens, unfortunately, you did not make it. You breathe in some sort of weird green smoke that appeared in the air suddenly after a burst, and you don't feel like firing. You feel like laughing. So make
Oh,
a
fudge.
wisdom saving throw or constitution saving throw.
Nat 28.
All right. You do not succumb to the laughing gas. So you can take your turn.
Get the hell out of the range of the laughing gas and, well, out of the room. Just keep that pistol aimed at him.
Okay. You hear at that point something moving on the outside of the door to the exit of the house.
I just yell for backup, because things are going bad if I don't get any backup.
Okay. And the laughing gas disperses. It's just a small amount. It was just meant to hit you, and if it hit you, then it would cause you to be stunned for a round. But since that didn't happen, you are able to take your turn, and you two on the outside, you hear the noise that is happening, and you move the obstruction, and I assume that one of you is going to try to open the door.
Yeah, I'll send my puppets doing it, I suppose.
Okay, so you're going to send a puppet to open the door?
Yeah.
Okay, the puppet opens the door. However, the puppet, you can't see through its eyes or anything, so it can't report to you what's happening.
No. So yeah, I'll come following in behind them.
Okay, so you're behind him. You look into the room, and you see someone pointing a gun at someone else, someone that you hardly know, and you see someone on the floor cowering in fear. And he says, he's gonna shoot me!
So yeah, and I'll look over to the person with the guns that I recognized from earlier. And I'll ask you, so what's going on here?
Oh, just a merry fact, he nearly killed 4 people.
What?
And where are those?
Well, one is right beside you by the door.
I look over.
One is in that room, and the others are in the attic that is somehow blocked. Where I was.
He goes, I didn't do any of that! He's lying!
I'll try to make an insight
Right,
check on them.
Okay, sure.
On who's the him?
Oh,
Who do you think? 28.
however, the Joker is a deceptive bastard. So, he has a high bonus. He has a chance.
Ooh.
You believe him wholeheartedly. He is just in a position where he has been threatened by a man with a gun. He is just on his knees pleading for his life. And this guy with the gun, he seems to be afraid of him.
I'll tell the puppets to seize the guy with a gun then.
Perfect. This is what I was hoping for.
No, you don't.
Okay, so Fraglak, you witness as a undead frog creature is attempting to grapple you.
And there's 2 more straight behind him following.
Oh, 2 more straight behind him. How fortunate.
Alright, he is attempting to grapple you, though.
Okay, so you're
Bye-bye.
What I need you to do,
shooting.
here's what's going to happen. You two are going to roll initiative rolls. You are going to roll an initiative roll for your undead puppet.
Okay, sure. That's for me, and that's for
let's see,
my
where's
puppet.
I don't have
They're
token
both
for
at
fire
6.
attack, so I will just grab it out.
I told you they're going on my turn.
What is your... Oh, you're just... Even with a... If I were to roll a 1, I still would outpace you.
Well, not if it's a natural one. Well, yeah, technically on initiative. Yeah, that's fine.
Easy.
Okay, so you see these frog-like creatures are attempting to grapple you, and you have the chance to act first.
Well, as you could see, I shoot my very own son off, and they need to make dex saving throws.
Sure.
It's
One of them succeed.
yeah. Which one do you think?
So
It's definitely the 5. Definitely the 5. That's the one that makes it.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah.
So
Two of them
that one
get hit,
takes.
so whatever the effect is.
They get pushed back 10 feet because each shot does 5 feet, and they get 20 total points of damage. No, they all get pushed 20 feet, but the one that makes it.
What happens on a success? Half damage and not pushed?
No, they just take half damage. The push is literally an effect of something I modded to it, which isn't part of the damage. So even with all the mods off, you still needed to roll a dex save.
Okay,
It's just to half damage.
sure.
So the one that rolled the highest gets 10 damage, the rest gets 20 damage.
Technically it's 9. But yeah.
9? Oh yeah, technically 9. Well, 4.5 plus 5.5 makes still 10.
Well, yeah, you always went down. So it's 4 and 5.
Yeah.
There we go. I was getting a weird effect. I just fixed my mixer. Okay, so they are pushed, and they automatically take 10 damage from it.
20
Okay.
total,
20?
the ones that failed.
Okay. Okay. So, that happens. What else do you want to do?
Okay.
How bad are they hurt?
Well, they're getting hurt. But they're already dead, so it's kind of hard to tell, I'd say, at this point.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
dead creatures, but they're hurt.
And what about the guy that's right beside you, knocked out, has 20 stab wounds you didn't check out yet?
Well, I was gonna check him out, then you shot at me. Or my-
You're gonna grapple me?
Well, guess what? He was going to grapple you, and you shot his puppets. So
Something I would
explaining
like
the
to be
situation might
grappled.
be a little hard at this moment.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
As soon as I fire that one, I just drop it, it disappears, and get another one out.
Okay. So yeah, that's...
Since I have 2 of the same gun, so yeah, I'm still ready to fire at you whenever I need.
Okay, so I will tell my puppets to hit him then. 1, 2, 3. That's 22, 26, and a 13.
First 2 hit, last one didn't.
That's a 12.
Ouch.
That's
Ouch.
8. And I will, as myself, I will freeze your blood. So I'll need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh god.
You are now frozen and cannot move.
Ah, fudge.
You can make a new wisdom save because it's your turn again. That was at the end of your turn and you didn't make it. So you're still
Okay.
paralyzed.
Yeah, he's using a stylized hold person.
Wait, if I make it, but I'm still paralyzed.
You didn't make it.
Oh, look, there you go. Because I hear
So, yeah.
you made it.
I will take a look at him. How hurt does he look? Medicine, maybe.
Just before half damage. Just.
Okay. I will just
Like
tell my
6 points
guards,
before half damage.
Because I can tell my guards to do non-lethal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just tell them to hit you non-lethal.
Okay, did you knock him? Okay, okay.
So they're doing non-lethal damage. But,
Yeah, that.
it's automatically crit, so I should just roll the crit once each time. And for the second one, it's an additional 8 for the first one. So 20 on the first, and then the rest damage.
Yeah, the second one would already knock me out.
Okay, so instead of hitting you, the third one just picks you up.
Fair.
And I will just look around. Yeah, I believe you. He seemed quite mad.
Okay, what about... Do you notice the small smoking ball that he used to gas me with? I don't think so.
However, he walks towards the doorway, and he goes, "Thank you, sir." And he bends down. You can make a perception check to see if you notice what he does when he bends down.
Are we considered out of combat? Then I would poof.
Yeah.
So 27.
Yeah, you witness him clearly grab something off the floor that doesn't look like something that was naturally in this house.
Okay. I'll just ask him, so what do you have there?
He goes, he threw this bomb at me! And he shows it to you.
Huh.
You know I can...
Well, I don't use explosions, so you're free to leave. And I look towards
Hold on.
the guy
You
on the
know
ground.
that I can make explosive bombs. You never found a bomb that was intact. So why would this one be intact?
Oh, I don't
doesn't
know you
know
that
much.
well yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know much about bombs. Maybe it just didn't blow up.
So I will look towards the guy on the ground, because there was one on the ground next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will look over him. Is he still alive? What's with him?
He appears to be still alive.
Okay. So I will just look over him.
Alright. Lily, I need you to make a perception check.
Alright.
Perfect. Perfect. He walks over to you and goes, "Thank you, little miss. If you hadn't have barged in like that, I'm sure that he would have killed me." And then he sort of just pats you on the back and then leaves the house.
Okay, bye.
Alright.
So yeah,
So,
you're coming in the house as well, Lonnie?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll see me starting to pull out a knife over this dead guy and start cutting myself on my hand.
Well,
No, they're
he's not-
all alive
he's not dead.
still.
They're all stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all stable. He got lucky enough. If he wouldn't have stabilized that guy on that last turn, that guy would have been dead. So
Okay.
he got lucky.
Oh yeah, so he's stable then.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess he won't be needing my blood.
I want some of your blood.
And what do you need it for?
It looks delicious.
It's not meant for consumption. But here you are. You see, I just start jamming the dagger into my hand and creating a bubble of my blood just floating there for a little while before it starts fading. No, I just did my what is it called? My sanguine recall, so I'm gonna take this much damage. 13.
Oh, you're delicious. I
I dealt damage to myself and I regained spell.
Cool. Just for the people who can't hear this for the recording, apparently Lily is very interested in drinking blood and eating tobacco. Yeah. Yeah, just him. No one else.
Well, there is plenty left there. I have no longer need of it. I am not the one drinking blood. I only practice in it.
I agree. You are the creepy one.
I have to go. I have to start. I have to go interview someone and start writing a paper.
Okay.
Okay.
So she is going now.
Yeah.
See ya.
So I guess I'll just leave Discord then.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave Discord as well. Well, technically I don't have to, because it is only Lonnie in there.
Mm-hmm.
And now, not even that. So, I am going to allow sound for you guys. So just give me a second. Okay. Now I can hear sound.
Huzzah. He can hear us again.
The only
Oh,
difference
yeah.
between the Discord sound is the Discord sound is a little bit quieter. I don't know why, but it was. I even checked my mixer. Everything, all the levels were the same. So I don't know what's different. Anyway, so you examine him. Make a medicine check to see if you notice anything strange.
Okay. Medicine. That's. I'm great at those. Apparently not, but 14.
14 is sufficient to notice that he has superficial wounds, and his main wound is on his neck, but it's bound, and you have a feeling if you unbandage that, then he might actually die. So you can't exactly examine that wound very well. But the other wounds appear to be like slashes, like cuts.
Okay. Well, right now I'll just go on the assumption that he has a weapon of some sort other than a gun, because most people have the sidearms or like daggers.
Sure.
Due to the fact that everything that just happened, the Joker telling that stuff and he just shooting into my zombies, that's the assumption I'm going on.
Yeah, and the fact that he nat 20'd is convincing of you. Technically, you as a player know that he's full of bullshit. But your
He's the
character
king
doesn't.
of bullshit.
Yes. So, what do you wish to do now?
Well, if they're all stable enough, then that should be fine. I will just look around. What was everyone else doing? Like, did they find a spot? Camp out?
They appear to be waiting on something, but you were gone while they made that discussion, so you don't know what's happening.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Lily is joining you for
Sure.
this.
So yeah, I'll just. You know, is there a flat surface near me?
How flat?
Pretty flat.
Like as in perfectly smooth, or like a
doesn't have to be.
cobblestone street?
Yeah, flat.
Well, there's a cobblestone street right in front of you, and it's not like curved or anything. It's
Okay, sure.
reasonably level.
I want to just cut my hand a little bit and drip some blood there and see which way it flows.
Okay. here's what I'm gonna say. There's a little space between rocks in the cobblestone street that you just cut your hand and let the blood flow. Make it a religion check.
Sure. 27 with a crit.
Okay. So it starts flowing up the rock. Like it flows towards one of the rocks unnaturally and starts like crawling up the rock, and it sort of pools on the top of the rock and forms like a little bead of blood on top of the rock.
Okay.
You can determine what that means.
So yeah, I'll let everyone know that we should move out, and the direction is of course up north.
Follow
Okay.
the blood.
Italian goes, "All right, we're moving, everyone." And they start moving out, and Talion comes over and says, "Do you need assistance with?" And he sort of points to the guy who's laying in the doorway.
Which guy?
The guy that
You
you
know of
examined.
3 altars.
yeah.
You know there's one in a room and 2 in the attic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should carry them. I could get one of them perhaps. I'll send one of my sleds. The other 2 is just carrying him because he seemed hostile.
All right, so you go and pick up the guy in the living room. Since he mentioned that there were 4 people who were injured, you search the rest of the building, and he mentioned that there was a doorway that was blocked, and you see that there is currently like one of those 10-foot poles that it comes in certain item packs, is currently propped, preventing the door from falling down. You just move that out of the way and drop the door down. You climb the ladder. You find the 2 people who are laying on the floor, and you get them easily enough. And you guys start moving out.
Yeah. Also, I'll make sure to take any weapons and stuff I'll find on him, since he was just shooting, until he convinces me that he's not a threat at least.
Okay, so you're going to disarm him?
Yes.
Okay, great. As you go to disarm him, here's what you find. You find all the items that are currently on his list.
Okay, I can name them.
Sure.
Weapons. He's just looking for weapons, so just the weapons.
Yeah.
So, weapons, a pistol, 2 Shanov, 1 musket. I don't know if you count a butter knife.
No, I wouldn't count that. Anything else?
Well, he has a butter knife, so I'm gonna take it. He's
Well,
stabbed
I'll let
people.
him determine that. But I wouldn't count it, but he
Sure.
can. He can take
It's
it.
a
if he
butter
wants.
knife. It's as dull as what, and it doesn't look like it could actually stab
Oh, okay, like a
someone.
butter. Yeah, I was thinking butterfly knife. My
No,
bad.
butter knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, knife
Sure.
for spreading butter.
Yeah. And you hear a small squeak.
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 Oh,
Very-
look what
a
the
very
squeak
loud
is.
Loud and high pitched squeak. Then you see something move in a pocket.
Oh, so he has a pet. Just want to
Okay.
get from that.
I'll just try and make a perception to determine what this is.
Okay, that's up to both of you. So he rolled a
Well,
20.
You see the pocket that's moving. You see it's, well, frantically moving.
Sure. I will.
You will.
I'm not very careless. I'm not just gonna go and touch it. So I'm gonna command it to get itself out of there by doing my blood puppet ability. So he has to make a con save.
I think you can easily make it. I don't think a mouse can make that.
Okay, so yes, it's a mouse.
Yeah.
So you command it to come out, and it comes out, and it's a mouse.
Okay, I'll just leave it be then.
Okay, so he relinquishes control over it, and it just goes back where it was. And in addition to all of this, unless if he had something else.
Oh yeah, I forget one more thing. You take my non-exploded blast pack. Ah.
Okay, so
Sure.
you take the blast pack. It's like what I'm picturing is like a pack of C4, pretty much.
Yeah,
Except
I
it's a
can-
little bigger.
Yeah, I can use it to ride away 15 feet while they are knocked prone.
So you take off his charges of blast pack, however that works for his character.
No,
Yeah.
I can actually roll it up.
That's fine.
And you find the Joker's knife. He
Okay.
has it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
small
the
knife.
murder weapon found. I guess it's covered in blood and everything. So
Yeah, it is. It is covered in blood, and the end of it looks like it was heated up.
this will be interesting.
Question: how did it get on me when it didn't even get close on me? To me.
I'll give you a hint as a player.
Yeah, I know what happened. It's fine.
Lonnie made a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
He got a 5 on.
Oh god. Yeah, and I don't recall the pet mouse. Where the hell did I get that from?
I don't remember.
Me
You might
neither.
have just given that to yourself.
No, I don't recall giving it to myself. Actually, I was like,
Well,
huh.
maybe you did it and you forgot. Because I didn't
Yeah.
add it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
see small knife and I see pet mouse. I'm like, huh. I don't recall giving me those. But oh well.
Oh well, whatever. So you find his knife.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just ask Talion. So what do you make of that guy? I'll point towards Fraglak. He seemed to be stabbing all 4 of those people in there, and then he just shot at me when I came to apprehend him.
I'm not the best judge of character, but he sort of just glances over him, and I'm gonna roll for him. He goes, not sure. I haven't fought him in the arena. Well, I fought him once, but I just sort of took over his mind, and then they considered the match over.
Huh.
And I can't read people's minds.
Well, neither can I. I can only read their blood.
Well, have you tried reading his?
Not yet.
Okay, well,
You said you can only read blood.
Yeah?
The knife
Which-
is bloody, don't forget that.
Yeah, but it's covered in the blood of whoever gets stabbed. So basically, what I'm saying is, like, I can do stuff, but I'll need a long rest.
okay. He just trusts you in your expertise in the situation.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are walking, you start looking around, and suddenly you see a couple people approach, and they appear to be people who are taken control by Talion. And they come forward, bow to him, and then walk forward and say, "The house is clear."
We should probably set up camp soon. We have still to find our chieftain.
The Talion points technically north from your current position, and he says, "There's an abandoned house that way."
I know, I saw it.
He
I believe I saw it, because I know it's north, so I will. That's my response.
Yeah, he doesn't know whether or not you physically saw a house or not. But it's north, so either way, he trusts that, like, he's seen people who can scry and things of that nature, so he's fine with the concept that you saw where you guys are. And he continues leading you guys that way. And you guys eventually, after about a half hour, reach the house. And I'll say that there's 40 minutes on your rest, and it will take you an hour for you to come to consciousness. Just so you're aware. You guys reach the house, and it appears abandoned, but it is built. Like, you only see, like, imagine, like, someone sliced off the front of a house and put it on a wall. That's kind of what it looks like. However, you look inside, and there's actually a house inside. And it's got a bunch of windows on the front. However, you assume that there's no windows inside. There'd be no reason for there to be. And there's a door, a large door, on the front of the building. It's about 7 feet tall, the door.
So this is it. Let's go inside. We'll be safe here for tonight.
All right, I put in a bit of trust in you, says
And I'll
Talion.
just head in. Yeah.
All right. You go to turn the doorknob, it opens.
Yeah.
And you head inside. It's a pretty lavish house, but the walls are actually natural stone. Like the interior walls that are inside the mountain. It's just like somebody carved out the stone and left that as the walls of the rooms and everything. But it's still pretty fancy. There's some pretty expensive looking, like crystalline, like glasses and goblets just sitting around, and like a chandelier hanging from the ceiling, that sort of thing. It's a lavish house. And it has enough room for everyone to lay on the floor. Like it,
Okay.
like everyone could take up floor space, and there would be enough room for everyone to sleep on the main floor.
So yeah, I'll just tell him this be good. We'll set up camp.
All right, and he motions for his controlled people to start moving things out of the way, grabbing anything that might be useful, that sort of thing. So you have supplies.
Okay. And I will
he's-
tell him, can you help keep watch tonight? And I will motion to him. And I will go over to him, and I will just, in one of my vials, I'll just take a little of his blood, just for safekeeping, into my pack.
Okay, so are you speaking of Talion?
Yeah, like, no, I'm speaking of Talion, like, if he can help me keep watch tonight, for Fraglak. And I take a small piece of Fraglak's blood, in case he escapes.
Okay. Sure. Make a religion check as you pour it into your vial.
Sure.
It seems to coagulate strangely, as if something is off. Like some parts of it are super thick and like syrup, and other parts of it are like water, like just pouring water.
Something not be right with this one. I'll just mumble to myself.
You can interpret that as you wish. It's sort of my interpretation of your blood cult or whatever.
It works fine. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you put it in the vial, and once it gets into the vial, it turns back to normal. Like, the consistency of it goes back to normal. So, maybe your god, or whatever it is that's giving you your powers, is trying to tell you something.
Yep.
Either way, you start to lay down, get everything in place. People start boarding up the bottom floor. Like, they're just gonna ignore the top floor. They're gonna get supplies if there's any up there, and then they're gonna like block it off. So that way, if anything like climbs the walls and gets into the second floor, at least the second floor is blocked off. And they're going to board up the door and the walls, but the door is going to be slightly more easily removed from this side, so that way you can leave whenever you wish. So everything is being boarded up and blocked off with whatever you guys can get your hands on, fancy furniture, that sort of thing. It's just being broken up into wood to board up everything, or whatever materials you can get your hands on. And everyone starts laying down to rest. Unfortunately, that process takes 20 minutes, so Fraglak comes to consciousness.
Hugged by trees, Lottie.
Yes. So, Fraglak, you are currently being grappled by 3 undead Slad.
I just groggily wake up and go like, fuck.
You have 1 hit point.
Yeah.
It's up
Just
to
have
you.
a
If
foul
you
mouth
can rest
and just
this,
wake up.
or you can just take a long rest as well, because it doesn't seem like they're trying to hurt you.
Yeah, I'm just laying there waiting.
Alright.
I'm not really up to scruff right now, so to say.
Tabaki, you notice him come to consciousness.
I will just keep an eye on him for a while. I'll not do anything unless he does anything.
So I asked him, you actually believe I stabbed those guys?
You had the murder weapon on you.
Right, and no one could have placed it on me.
Well, if you were innocent, then why did you attack us at sight, nearly?
Well, your things were about to grab me, and I don't like to be grabbed.
Well, then you must not like this situation.
I don't indeed.
We will find out tomorrow. Your blood will tell no lies.
I'm telling no lies already, but the hell with it.
See, I'm just kind of leaned up next to one of the walls. I'm not doing anything unless you're doing anything.
Alright.
So yeah, you actually never ever... Second question, did you find my pack?
And what about it?
Did you find it, yes or no?
You be meaning this pack? I'll show him a pack.
No, the blast pack I'm meaning, of course.
Yeah, that's the one I'm showing you.
Ah, yes, you did find it. Don't you find it odd that it's the only thing that it is still intact, looks totally different from the thing that was found before, and, well, don't you find that odd in the slightest?
You seem to have an awful lot of excuses for an innocent man.
I'm not making excuses, just taking logic into account.
We will see. I trust not your word, but your blood.
Fine, if that's gonna take it already, damn it.
In the morning. We have plenty of time.
Yeah, in the morning we might all be dead.
Rest up then.
You really don't get it, do you?
Get what?
That clown is lying to his teeth to you.
Me be done with this conversation. Your blood will tell the truth.
Well, then take it already, damn it.
I don't respond to that. I just slump over in the corner.
Yeah, a character that doesn't understand the mechanics of D&D. Just do it already.
Yeah, get over with it already.
Use your magic that you don't have. Come on.
He said, "Your blood will tell the truth." Well, do it then. I'm here. You can do it.
Yeah, you don't understand the concept that spells, you can only use so many.
Yeah, I've seen the native people always just do their stuff without any trouble.
Yeah. Although you see a lot more merit to the things that you've been witnessing now than what they were doing.
Yeah.
However, I guess you guys are stuck in this situation.
For now.
So, Tabaki, your friend, she simply calls herself the Doom Priest, Doom Priest. Well, technically priestess, but you get what I mean. She approaches you and says, "So, you be doing good?"
I be doing good.
She just sort of glances over to the guy who is currently being wrapped by your. She's familiar with your undead. She looks at you. Ooey be.
He be a murdering. Yeah, what should I end that with? He be a murderer. Tell her.
Fair enough. That's fair. She goes.
Not the murderer, just being in the wrong place, the wrong time, and being framed for something I didn't do.
She doesn't know that. She walks over. Just sort of oddly stares at him for a moment. She walks back over. She doesn't have any magic. She's just a preacher of doom and gloom from your world, but now she's sort of changed slightly. She comes back over and she says, "We need brethren here. Not riffraff."
Tabaki knows. His blood will show us if he's indeed worthy.
Frank obviously wants to head desk.
She goes, well then, if he be a rasclat, throw him in the road. Leave him behind. If he be innocent, find the real culprit. And she just walks back to the other room where most of the people are sleeping.
See you later.
She just sort of waves like that from not turning around or anything.
And yeah, I'll keep doing nothing pretty much until we have the long rest.
Okay. Lily will approach and say, "Are you sure he's bad? He helped us."
Well, what do you know about him then?
He attacked us in the arena and stuff like that.
And now he attacked us again.
So Frecklich is just hearing this. 1, we had little choice. 2, I was controlled. 3, I punched the guy that was controlling me to actually attack.
And you saying you be controlled this time too, man?
No, I'm not being controlled. I'm just trying to self-defense because that clown was trying to gas me.
You're always
She
on
just looks
about this
over.
clown.
What?
He was on his knees, begging.
Yes, ever heard on acting?
I am pretty good finding the ones not speaking the truth.
Uh,
True, he has a high bonus. It's just that I rolled super well.
I got
Oh.
like 30 or something, so come on.
well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
telling
got
you
like
the truth.
you got like 26 or 7, and I got
28.
30.
So yeah. At
So
this
yeah, you
point,
are pretty confident in what you saw.
I'm pretty confident. So you're gonna like your normal defense doesn't help you one bit, especially after you just kept shooting at my undead. So at this point, you're gonna come up with something really, really good if I'm ever supposed to let you go, and I doubt you can because I can't think of it.
Oh yeah, another thing. That blast pack of you're having now is totally useless now.
Might not be needing your pack.
You can just put it aside. It's totally useless, dead, inert, not useful at all.
I told you, man, I'd not be needing your pack.
Well, are you gonna do your thing? I'm still waiting.
In the morning.
It is bloody morning.
Don't be in a rush. It's bad for your blood.
Once more to head desk.
All right. Lily goes, "Okay, I trust you," and she gives you a hug.
Well, I have not done anything to earn your trust yet. You should not.
She says, "But I don't care," and she cuddles up to you and starts trying to go to sleep.
I will try my best to ignore her.
She just tries to cuddle up to you more if you push her away or anything, but do that, and she just lays leaned up against you.
I'll do my best to ignore her then.
Just ignore her. Okay.
So, as Franklin is there, he says, if in the morning there are more wounded, there are people dead, you have evidence that it was not me.
We will see in the morning.
All right. You guys lay your heads down to rest, and you awaken.
Okay, I'm gonna change some spells just so you're aware.
Okay, that's fine.
one. Oh yeah, Revivify. Would I have any materials to cast that, or should I just unprepare it?
I would say that you have the materials to cast it once on
Okay,
you.
sure. That's fine. In that case, I will just do this, and I will come over to you.
Franklin is just waiting there, so finally going to believe me.
We shall see. And you see, I just start cutting myself several places, and I'm drawing a circle around you. In my own blood, of course.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
eventually, I'll need you to make a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
Is
It's a
that
charisma.
for-
Charisma.
Zone of Truth.
You can also choose to fail it. But yeah, I assume
if
you will
it's
try.
to speak the truth, then I'm just going to fail it because I know I'm speaking the truth.
Okay.
Isn't it for if I'm lying that I should call the charisma saving throw? Or...
No,
but
you need to make one.
at this moment.
Yeah, and
Okay. Let's see how well I
if you
will.
succeed,
You
No.
failed, so you cannot lie.
it is not within you to lie at this moment.
So basically, what happens is that whenever you try to lie, you like start coughing up blood instead. It's how my version of it works.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, what does this little circly circle do of yours?
It will let me know if you speak the truth or not.
Okay, here I go again. I didn't attack those guys.
Which guys? You need to be more specific.
I didn't attack the guy that was by the door, in that room, and in the attic.
The people we found.
Yes, those.
Then what did you do with them?
I stabilized them. I made sure they didn't die. And I just found them like that. But I have my culprit, and that's that clown.
Nothing.
ex-
None of
Yeah,
the words
he's
are
not
prevented.
lying. But because I know he's not lying. But yeah, I'll just tell him. Then why did you have this on you? And I'll show him the knife.
Perhaps he planted on me? Ever heard of planting evidence against someone?
Evidence.
Yes, evidence. Proof that something has been done by someone, but not proof that something has happened, like evidence that, for say, a rock has fallen to your roof from the sky, so to say.
Then we will just move the rock. So yeah, I'll keep going then. And
Yeah,
what
didn't
about
cough up blood
your
once
gun?
yet.
Why was the first reaction to just shoot us?
Cause you're, like I said, I don't like to be grappled.
And you turn to trying to kill people if they touch you.
Like I said, I don't like to be grappled, and for a second, I was just aiming at the clown, and if I was grappled, I couldn't keep my aim up at the clown.
Okay. Well, from what I've gathered, you didn't kill those people unless they touched you. Did any of them touch you?
Did any touch me?
The lanky guy, you're not sure if he touched you. You felt something weird when he was nearby, but you're not sure, is the truthful answer to that question.
Well, I can be sure of 3 of them.
Yeah.
The 2 on the attic I didn't touch, and the one in that room, the side room I didn't touch, but the one that was by the door I'm not so sure of.
And if you get your weapons back, will you keep shooting people that touch you?
No, not without reason at least. Like
I
if they
think you start coughing up blood at that point.
No, I wasn't even done with my sentence. If they're like doing it like in a friendly gesture, sure they can do it, but in a more hostile way, then perhaps I might.
Okay, I'll assume that that's truthful.
Yeah, I mean friendly. I mean you can just push someone a little bit for just like friendly jest, like
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, I'm sure he knows what you mean.
Yeah. And well, I don't know what the sign is that I lied, but apparently I didn't lie.
No, it is strange indeed. But your blood tells the truth. And the people drop you.
Okay.
So believe me now, the clown is the problem.
I believe that you believe is the problem. And it would make...
Okay, I got one. Ask me something about that strange device you found in the room by the clown. Ask me. That was on the ground, that one, I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The thing you used to attack him with.
You mean, well, now you're confusing me. You mean my weapons or the ball that was on the ground in that room with him?
The ball.
That isn't mine.
And
Okay.
It happens.
you take it out and you look at it. It is a purple, like the object, just to describe it a little better, is a purple sphere. And it has like a little opening on the top, like a thing is flapped open. And it has in common written HA, HA, HA all over it in green on different parts of it.
Okay, one thing I'm pretty sure, well, I'm 100% sure of, that isn't my design and that isn't my build.
Well, I believe you. And I start finding your guns and stuff. And as I come closer to give them to you, I'll whisper to you. But if you ever point these things at me, I will drain every single drop of blood in your body. And I turn back and give you the rest of your stuff.
Would counting aiming beside you to save you from someone that's behind you trying to hit you also count?
In that very specific scenario, no.
Okay, that's fair then. Because if that scenario were to happen, then I want to be sure not to be drained.
All right, so problem solved.
Yeah, I mean, you're free to go now.
No,
Like,
problem not solved. Problem still at the very moment on the loose.
Well, that problem solved.
that's a different problem. We don't think
Yeah.
about that. We hide it under the rugs.
Oh no! We're taking this We're stopping this problem right now before it gets out of hand.
We will have to find this clown.
I mean, he's pretty easy to find. Has green hair, a purple jacket, well, suit, so pretty hard to miss.
Yeah, he's just
You have-
wearing like a trench coat. He has no shirt, and he has like green HAs painted on his on his chest, or he did at one point. It's sort of faded, and he has purple pants and boots.
Did
So-
you
Pretty hard to miss.
did you manage to get some of his blood during the fight?
Well, I did shoot through his hand, so
That should help us if we do not find him first.
yeah. Let's see if we can find him.
So yeah, I guess we'll both go looking for him. I guess that's which checks are at.
You don't need to make a check. You just walk into the other room, and there he is, laying on the floor, sleeping.
Okay. So he'll see. So yeah, basically, I bring all my people up, ready to grab him, and yeah, just as he's down on the ground, they're just gonna hold him still.
Okay. He is sleeping, so I'm gonna say that if you want to grapple him before
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wake him up, then you'll succeed.
Okay, and then they'll just shake him awake. And
Oh god, I want to kick him right in the gut for just being such a dick.
He wakes up and he goes,
we have some questions for you.
what do you need?
Well, first, I do not trust that tongue of yours, and I will start do the same kind of blood ritual, paint around the floor.
Yes.
The blood.
And he starts resisting. He's going to try to escape the grapple. He has to roll 3 checks.
Yeah. The normal, so 15 times 5.
9.
Yeah, okay, 1 still. Okay, still.
He succeeds against one guy
And
and fails against the other 2. So he manages to push one away.
Okay.
Now, what are you doing?
Just point the gun at the back of his head and says, stay still.
As soon as you do that, you just see a big grin creep across his face. And he goes,
The
As he
last
looks at
slug
the
just
gun.
goes and grabs him again when he has the chance.
Okay, he stops moving, but he seems happy about the situation,
Okay.
which is odd. Needless
And
to say.
the thing will complete,
Mhm.
and I will say, did you kill or did you attack those 4 people? And I'll describe the location and stuff.
Okay. Give me the details of the spell.
It's up there. He basically can't lie, but he
If
can
he
be
feels the
amazed.
charisma roll,
Yes, he needs to make a charisma roll.
Yeah, charisma first.
The Joker is pretty charismatic, I'd say. However, he rolled super low. He goes, I don't know what you do.
If you
He
keep
was about to say,
lying,
I don't know what you mean.
I'll tell him, if you keep
That's a lot.
lying, you will eventually die.
He goes, he just sort of looks at his blood coming out of his mouth and he's like, what sort of technology is this?
well,
Be voodoo.
yeah,
He just sort of looks at
something
you
the
and he goes,
Indian
and he just sort of
used,
goes,
well, odd.
he goes, you're one of those magic types, are you? Because magic does exist in the DC universe.
Yeah, it does.
So he knows what magic is. So he's just looking at you, asking that question.
You can be calling me that.
Well, I'll be... he was about to say he would be honest. Which is a lie.
Jeez.
Coughing up.
Even saying you're honest and you start lying. Jeez, man.
And he just goes...
I take out the while as he's speaking, and I'll just like take some of it.
Okay, you just sort of wipe his chin, because his chin is just covered in it. Alright, you take it. What do you do with it?
I just put it away, because I could use it. It's very situational, but I might have need of it at some point.
Okay, so you place it in a vial, so you can mark that down however you wish.
Yeah.
So he goes, I really don't understand how to talk using this magic. Which is the truth. He doesn't know what he's doing wrong. He doesn't realize that him lying is what's causing it.
I tell him, you simply answer the truth. And I'll tell him, did you attack those 4 people? Yes or no?
No.
There you go again. It's very simple.
You already told me you attacked them.
Truth, or you will cover blood. Don't speak the truth, or you will cover blood. Speak the truth, and you won't. Simple as that.
You have a feeling that he has a hard time telling the
truth, yeah.
Regardless of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I figure out how to do this. So yeah, I will tell him. And I will motion towards Flag. Like, did he attack you without reason? Yes or no?
He attacked me for a reason that I didn't He was about to say that he didn't understand. He was trying to dance around it, but he couldn't.
Then what is the reason? Unless you want me to assume the worst.
He's a maniac. He was about to say he was a maniac.
Franklin is just having the time of his life laughing at it. Actually,
you see that he is extremely pale. Like, he's normally pale, but he's even more so at this moment. You have a feeling that he is going to, it's almost cruel that you're just going to let him cough up his own lungs if you keep asking him questions.
We did tell him to tell the truth.
So yeah, I will just assume. So, do you want me to assume the worst and move on?
Assume what you like.
Why should we keep you around in camp if you kill our own?
Well, first, I'd like to debate that statement, and that's the truth. He would. And he goes, but I just thought it would be funny to. And he just keeps laughing to himself.
Funny to, well, kill the ones that could perhaps save you from even dying in this world, not in your own world where no one knows where you are.
He goes,
It won't be.
I can survive on my own.
No,
He
no,
truly
not.
believes that. So he didn't
Okay.
stop.
So
Okay, Let me explain it. Let me ask again. You really think you can survive in this world when when you're now already
I
coughing up
will
all your
interrupt you and
blood?
say that questioning won't work.
He goes, yes, I do believe that.
See? And I will go on to ask him. So, if we were to let you go, will you promise to keep your word and not harm anyone else in this camp?
I promise that I won't harm. He couldn't tell. He couldn't tell the truth to you. No.
I will keep going. You have to deliver the full sentence, or I will not let you go.
Do with me what you will. Are you gonna man up and be more of a man than Batman? Or are you just gonna stare at me?
I do not know of this mount you speak of, but I have seen people riding it. I mean, sorry, because it's like bad bats. That's what I'm referring to.
Yes. He goes, the bat. He was too merciful to me in my world. Are you as merciful?
I will take a life when it's needed, and I will start pulling up my spear.
He goes. He doesn't stop laughing.
Okay, so unless Gio does anything, then I'll go ham.
Yeah, that's what I just want to say. Just from the side, just give him one haymaker to knock him out. I just hope to knock him out.
Alright, I'm gonna get you to roll an athletics check. He did lose a lot of blood, but whether you hit him hard enough is the question.
Okay, sure.
18.
Guidance.
Alright, he just smokes him in the side of the face, and the laughing stops, and he is unconscious.
Okay.
So Ragnar goes like, that fucking bastard deserves it.
He does indeed, and we are not done yet. I raise my spear again.
Alright, are you going to kill him? Are you going to hit him with the intent to kill him? Is what I'm asking. Okay.
Ragnar just points the pistol at you. That's not how we do it, friend. Are we really gonna stoop that low?
He will only hurt others.
But if he really thinks he can survive in a world where people like you might be, I highly doubt he would perish.
And then he will come back for revenge and kill.
Fair enough.
And I stab him.
Okay, you stab him. I'm gonna roll some stuff. He does look mortally wounded, but I'm gonna roll some stuff.
So yeah.
Okay.
And I will stab him again, and I will make sure that he is dead.
Okay. You stab him again, and he goes, "Oh!" And then, because apparently he regained 1 hit point. So you stab him again, and he was about to come back to consciousness. However, you stabbed him again.
Yeah, I deemed
And-
it was too much of a risk.
And, however, he still
Yeah,
gets the chance to come back. And he is going to choose to do so. Yes, that is what I'm rolling. I am rolling death
Yeah,
saving.
yeah. Sure.
Fail, fail, fail. So he is dead.
Okay.
The Joker has been killed.
The killing joke.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to in the last moment there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I will just let them know it was for the better. You saw his blood. He would not stay away.
I believe you.
So
The rest is the one you need to convince.
Yeah, now there's a bunch of people who witnessed that happen. They didn't step in because they thought that he was weird, but they are on edge for you guys. Like, they just witnessed you kill somebody that was entirely defenseless.
so yeah, I will just shout out, everyone. We have dealt with a crime against our camp, and I'll point towards the ground. That is what we do with traitors. And he attacked 4 of our own members. And I'll motion towards the 4 people there.
Yeah, they are now conscious. They are part of the people who are watching you.
Attacking our own is never the solution. Unless you wish to end up like this. And I'll motion to him.
All
So
right, I'm gonna get you
Fredlik
to
is
make-
like, kinda bad idea to say that, my man.
However,
I that's my
Tabaki,
idea how it's supposed to be. So
I'm going to get you to roll whichever of these two you wish. Make a persuasion or make an intimidation check.
intimidation on strength, or
It's whatever they are naturally for you.
okay. So yeah, it's a -1. So I will do guidance.
So it's persuasion or intimidation. It's up to you. Whichever one's better for you, I assume.
They're the same. So 5 plus 2, 7.
All right, the people who actually got attacked by him are on your side, and a few others are as well, but you still see that there are a few people who are definitely not with you. Like, you see Spider-Man just sort of putting his hand to his face. Like, he's never killed anybody.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
witnessing somebody, you would have had to got high to get him on your side, and you unfortunately failed. So most of the good aligned people, unfortunately, are not on your side.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so Fredlik is like, kind of a bad idea, my friend.
I mean,
just-
he's locked up people like Spider-Man specifically has locked up people who were equally as insane as that guy. And he found a way to keep them alive. So
Hmm.
he's definitely not with you on this decision.
I really want to tell you that it was a bad idea, but yeah. That's why I just punched him square in the face to knock him out, not to kill him.
Heard you the first time I did.
Technically, he did convince you to back off, and you let him stab him multiple times.
You could have stopped me, but you didn't, so that happened.
Yeah, I was like, if I'm gonna keep trying, I might be the one getting stabbed soon.
Yeah, so he legitimately failed 3 death saving throws and bled out on the floor. So the group is divided on you guys at the moment. However, Lily was not a part of that, I'm going to say. She had no say in that situation. She was elsewhere doing other things and then walked in on this happen. And she walks over and goes, "Was he bad?"
He
He
was.
won.
Yeah, he was. Yes.
Okay. And she walks over and just sort of puts his hands on his chest, sort of like this, and just sort of straightens him up. Just sort of puts her hand over his face. Just trying to be respectful, even though he had no respect for anybody. But still, she's a religious person, so.
And Franklin can appreciate that and just pats on the shoulder.
Even bad people need our respect. And she
All
just
the
sort of,
dead need respect. All the dead need our respect.
she just sort of puts her hand through his hair.
And I'll just also say to try like it is true. Mad spirits are no fun. You don't want to come across them.
Who knows? Maybe you will run into him again. It is very possible. But I'll have to look that up in the books and stuff, so don't worry about it for now.
Yeah.
But it's getting late, guys.
Yeah. So just to end it off, what is going to happen is I assume that you're not going to keep him in your base.
No.
It's not very sanitary to keep a corpse in
And
your base.
moral can drop hard.
And I'm wise enough to know that it would be a bad idea to raise him as well, so I won't do that.
Yeah. But either way, you sort of just do you decide to bury him, or are you going to like just throw him out in the street?
No, that would even give us more bad karma.
Yeah, even I, like my character, would know to pay respect to the dead, even though, like, I brutally murdered him. That doesn't have anything to do with his afterlife, so he
Yeah.
should.
And Lily is technically the strongest of you three, I think.
Yes, yes.
So she is going to lift him, even though
What's her strength, actually?
her strength is.
I could check it myself too, but I'm lazy, so.
Need to find her sheet. Her
Yeah,
strength.
I found it. Actually, I'm stronger. Yeah.
Oh,
I have 16, just 14.
Oh, well. Then you could technically do it, but she is willing to do
It's
it.
probably better she does it anyway.
yeah.
Um,
The two of us can dig a hole, so to
she
say.
lifts the body, even though he's like bigger than she is. She's able to lift him. He's not like wearing heavy armor or anything, so there's no rolls required or anything like that. And she just walks over to the grave site, and she doesn't like slowly climb down and lower him in. She just sort of drops him in, but and she goes, "Oh, he was an asshole." And
True, but
she
still,
allows
the
you to
dead
bury him.
deserves some respect. So Franklin just climb down and lays him down properly.
Okay, sure. And you guys bury him, I'll say. And she goes, after you guys finish, she starts making an X, which is this world's version of a cross on a grave. So she makes a propped up X above his grave site. It's not marked or anything. It's just two pieces of wood. Like, it doesn't say who he was or anything. And she goes, "Well, there's something kind of important that I needed to say, but I kind of walked in on an awkward situation.
What did you?
I have a friend who contacted me, and he said that he could help some of us, but not all of us.
Well, we're not
Um,
offending
I-
anyone.
I actually, yeah, I will just. No, actually, first, yeah, our question is: who is this friend of yours that can help us?
Well, he's a super cool genie, and he does all this stuff and makes things appear, and she goes into detail. Super excited.
You mean like a magician?
Well, like, you rub a lamp and he grants wishes, that sort of thing.
You know of air, right? The thing you breathe.
Yeah.
He is the manifestation of air.
So a person I can't see?
No,
She
you
goes,
can
no,
see
you
them.
can see him. He's pretty tall, and he looks like this, and she starts describing his attire. He looks like an Arabian. I don't know if Fraglak would know what an Arabian looks like.
Yes, actually, yes. I mean, the West was up and coming, and people would travel to it, and so yeah.
Yeah.
He would have seen some quite few odd characters, so to say.
So a dude with a turban and a feather in the turban.
Yeah. Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's absolutely possible.
So yeah, you said we shouldn't leave anything behind, but I say I'll drain my blood and see. So I'll try and make a religion check to see if this is the path shown to me.
Okay. Make a religion check. Perfect. So
I
yeah,
kind of just
perfect.
take some of my blood and I throw it up in the air and see what happens.
You throw it up into the air?
Yes.
Okay. Here's what happens. It sort of comes down in particles, and then some of it sort of stays in place, and then the rest of it just sort of coagulates around. And you see in droplet form, like as if it were like a dot painting.
Yeah.
Sort of like how people make those ASCII art, I think it's called. Like out of like letters and numbers and stuff, they make like a text document that looks like a face or something.
Yeah.
It's that, except it's like blood droplets in the air. You see a face, and Lily says, "Yeah, that's him."
And Geo disappeared. Yeah, I think it was too late. But yeah, I was gonna say, then it's decided. This is the way we must go.
And that's where we'll end off, I guess. That's a good enough finishing line as any.
Yeah.